All right, so mission for this evening is to get you guys some tools, get you some answers to some of this. We do these virtual appointments, right? Let's start with who? Eleanor, Liz, can you each give me one of your customers that you think would be willing to do a virtual face with you?
Anna Crockett.
Perfect. How about Liz?
Jesse, probably.
Perfect. All right, so what you've got to do first is you've got to pick somebody, right? Pick somebody. Pick somebody that would be willing to help you. And I do have some scripts. I am going to give you guys some scripts. I will post them in our Dream Team page. That way you can. It's not going to. Bear with me.
With a budget of $300,000, Todd and Hannah have been searching all over the Austin area for a home where they could raise their young son.
All right, so I'm gonna get you guys some scripts so that you know what to say and how to book somebody. Not that I think anybody in our group is gonna have trouble with booking anybody, but we might as well get. I might as well get those tools out for you guys. A place for you to go where you can look to find the scripts. To, how do you book somebody? My screen. There it is. Bear with me. The next question that I have for you guys is. And I don't need any of you to answer this. Like, I need you to think about this in your own mind. Like, answer your own questions. Do you have samples? Do you have samples on hand? I am typically a girl who doesn't put any sample. I don't have any samples most of the time. I do keep a couple around because when I do fill orders for my customers, I normally stick a sample in with the order just to give them an idea of something that they haven't purchased yet, to give them something that they can look forward to using down the road, or that maybe something that they'll want to buy in the future, or just to give, it's just a thank you, an extra pampering, an extra like an extra mask or an extra whatever for them to try, just to have some fun with. There's a lot of reasons to have samples on hand, but I don't tend to keep tons and tons of samples on hand. So if you have samples on hand, great. If you don't have samples on hand, we got to get you some samples, right? If you've got the funds and the means to place an order to order some samples, do it. If you don't have the means to order some samples, that's okay. Go on Amazon, order some little sample cups and make some samples. Or try using like the virtual face-to-face. If they don't have samples in hand, they can still go through a virtual facial with you, and you can still demonstrate some of the products that you want them to see. The other thing that you can do is this cool new idea of the to-go kits, right? I saw an idea where somebody was using a to-go kit, and then you include, because when you do customer delivery service, you can include as many samples as you want. So here's an example of mine. Don't look at my customer's name here, but she ordered a to-go kit, and I sent her all of these samples. I sent her a mini eye makeup remover. I sent her a sample of the gel mask, the charcoal mask, the facial peel, and the microdermabrasion. So and this didn't cost me any money. Granted, I didn't make any money, but it didn't cost me any money. So, the breakdown is, if you can get them to buy something, then send them some samples, right? So let's say you sell a mascara. If you can get them to purchase a mascara, the lash intensity or the lipstick, one of the lipsticks, are $18. So your profit, it wouldn't cost you any money to throw some samples in, to get some samples that you could put MY's Miracle Set and a microdermabrasion for free. Even throw in a sample of a charcoal mask at an extra cost to you, but you could do the Time-Wise, the microdermabrasion, and a charcoal mask, and the shipping. And it wouldn't cost you money, because an $18 mascara, you'd profit $9, and the shipping is going to be $6, tax and all that fun stuff. But it wouldn't cost you money to get your samples out to a customer. So you could offer that as a deal. The next time your customer calls to order a new mascara, offer them a nice sample pack. And then book a time to get together with them to do it face-to-face together, so that you can do the virtual facial. The other thing that you can do, like I did here, is the to-go kit, right? So the to-go kit is $25, but it's enough for a week. But you could I mean, you literally could turn that into a hydro session, right? They're not quite all the samples are there, but most of them. And you could turn that into a super spa night, or FaceTime them and just get her face ready for bed. You could do an early morning session where you do the um, microderm in the morning. You could get ready for bed and do microderm at night. You could put the mask and run through it with her. Now, the facials that I've been doing, so I did a hydro session with a customer virtual, and it was awesome. I got her the sample, so she did have samples. And I actually sat at my computer desk with a pan of warm water and a washcloth, and we did them together. It was super fun, super fun. The other thing that you can do is another one of the facials that I did virtually was a miracle set and a microdermabrasion because she's got really dry skin. And again, I waited till she was ready to get ready for bed. We FaceTimed in the bathroom and we got ready for bed. The other cool part is my brand new customer had just bought a new house. And this was a girl I'd never facial before, so this was fun. She had just bought a new house and just moved before all this nightmare happened. So I actually got a virtual tour of her brand new house. It was so cool. You guys, there's so many things we can do right now. But what does it start, right? Who? A few customers, somebody that you're comfortable. Please, your first face, your first two faces, your first two parties, it's gonna be like you're a brand new consultant. You're gonna stumble, it's gonna be weird, but you'll get through it. And what you need to do is pick two people that you're comfortable with. Your first few need to be with somebody you're comfortable with. If you need to call me and we need to do it together, that's fine too. I can do that. And we could actually all Zoom and do a hydro session. I think that would be fun. Samples, do you have some? Do you want to make some? Or do you just want to go without? You need to make that decision, but don't let that hold you back, right? Envelopes, you have envelopes to ship your products. It is super cheap to go on Amazon and get a package of envelopes. You could even go into, if you can find a store that's open, you could go into Dollar Tree, and I don't know if Dollar Tree is open. You could even go in and just get some cheap envelopes, padded envelopes. They don't necessarily have to be padded. And you can use regular small envelopes. If you're just mailing out samples, use a thank you note, but you need to write on it, not machinable, because you don't want them to stick it through the sorter and have it burst your sample open. Pirate ship. Now here's the fun part, right? It's too dangerous to go to the post office right now, right? It's too dangerous to go to the post office. Oh my gosh, did we ever think there would be a world where it was too dangerous to go into the post office? This is crazy. So what do? I'm looking up, here's my scripts, by the way, and I'm gonna post these for you guys later. So you'll be able to see them. But I mean, really, the scripts are right here. If she says yes, if she says no, which option do you want to choose? And you know what? Mix and match and pick and play and have fun with it. This does not have to be a real serious thing. People are bored. People are scared. Get in front of their faces, right? But here, let's talk about pirate ship, right? Here is my cool screen, and I'm actually going to make it a little bigger. Pirate ship is free. It's free. Did you guys know it's free? Pirate ship is free. I don't know about stamps.com, but here, really? But pirateship.com. Okay, when you get to pirateship.com, you have to create a free account. There's no credit card required. So if you decide you don't need it, or you decide to check it out and you don't end up using it, there is no pressure. No pressure, okay? I have already made an account and I've already used it 1,000 times, but what I'm gonna do is show you guys how it is. Let's see if we can find my login. Okay. Are you a robot or a pirate? How funny is that, right? I'm not a robot. Which boxes have motorcycles in them? And then verify. All right, so it's this easy. Ready? You're going to ship something. Do a single shipment. All right, so I'm going to say create a single label. I don't know why I didn't click. And you pick somebody. Who are you going to mail it to, right? I'm going to mail it to myself just because it's the only address I know off the top of my head. I will put in my mom's address. So you put in the address, you decide who you're sending it to, and then here's the important thing. I'm pointing at the screen, you can't see me. The ship to, right? Ship from. You need to make sure your address is in there and that your address is correct. If it's not, you can fix it. And or you know what, if it's coming from some, whatever, fix it, make sure it's right. Then you pick type of packaging. Is it a box? Is it an envelope? Are you sending it priority mail, priority flat rate, whatever you want to do? But here's what I normally choose, right? Our samples. Usually the package is 6 by 10. Now make sure you're paying attention here because you see this, it says pounds and ounces. I have shipped a whole bunch of samples. I even shipped a full size satin hand set. So here's what you need. You need a scale. I do have an extra set of scales if somebody needs one and they're local. I'd be happy to lend it or donate it.
Stacy, we can't see what you're showing on the screen. All we can see is your scripts.
All we can see is scripts.
Let me try that again. Now can you see it?
Yes.
All right, let's try that again. We'll start at the beginning since you didn't see any of it. Pirateship.com. You can create a free account, right? Doesn't cost money to use Pirateship. I already have an account, so I'm gonna log in. So you go ship, or if you want to check out rates, you can do that too. There is a way for you to check out the rates. I always do it this way though. You do ship and you do single because you want to do one label at a time. You always stick in a name of who you're going to send it to. So I'm just going to put myself in there again so you don't, I'm the only address I know off the top of my head. I'm actually going to put my parents' address because, yeah, we're going to put Wilton though, in case somebody weird checks out my video. All right. Now, the ship from, you want to make sure that your address is in there and that your address is correct. So watch your ship from. And here's the other thing that's real important is your packaging, right? Is it a box? Is it an envelope? So I always choose envelope. You do have many more options. So if there's something special you're going to send, or if it's something bigger than what I usually send out, you have other options. But I am going to choose envelope because that's usually what I send out. Let me show you what I usually send out. Bear with me. All right, so here's some of the options that I love. And I got all of these off Amazon because I am an Amazon junkie. And it's very cheap. Like I found them cheaper on Amazon than you can find them at the Dollar Tree. This is just a small padded envelope, and I'm going to show you based on a regular piece of paper, right? It's a small padded envelope, and you can fit a whole bunch of stuff in there. I usually have it so full, and then I fold it over and I stick it shut. So you can make it the size that you need it to be. The other cool thing that I have are these little, they're kind of like plastic bags, but it's an envelope, and it's really nifty. And you can, again, you can fold it over and make it any size you want. The last time I sent out a whole bunch of samples, it was perfect, folded right in half, and the perfect size right here. The other thing I have are some pretty cool colored envelopes. Now, again, based on an average regular piece of paper, they're a little big, but it's perfectly this way on the end, and then you can just kind of shove your samples around it. So if you're sending out a book, these are really great. But for this, let's show you this one. So this was my last sample package. It was about this big, and you know what? If you take a ruler, it's about 6. I'm gonna say 6 by 6. It's probably a little smaller than that, but we're gonna run with it. So I'm gonna say the package dimensions are 6 by 6. And the other thing that you really got to pay attention to is the pounds versus the ounces. You need to get a scale. If you don't have a scale, I have two. I have a cute little digital one, and then I have one that's weighted, that's a little less easy to work with, but the basic gist is how much does it weigh? As long as it's less than 2 pounds, which most of your sample packages are going to be, it's not that big of a deal. Stick it on your scale at home if you have a bathroom scale, and as long as it's less than 2 pounds, it's going to be fairly cheap. So most of my packages were about, I want to say 6 ounces. And then you click on, I'm actually going to change that zip code because it's going to tell us. Click on get rates. And you see that there has not been a credit card yet. We haven't entered a credit card. We haven't paid for a label. We haven't done anything yet. So you are absolutely safe to go on here, play around with it, see what you think. And if you stop at this point, you haven't paid for anything. All right, $3.21. It's cheaper to do it through here than it is to do it at the regular post office. So first class, right? You have other options, but it's going to show, oh, it's always going to pop up with the cheapest. And then here, you have to put in your, here, if you want the label, here's where you put in your credit card. Here's where you put in your information. And then when you click on buy label, it's going to show you a label. I'm going to delete this one because we don't need to ship this one out. What am I going to do? I'm going to go back to a previous label. So let's click on this one. I don't know if it'll show me. This is a label that I previously purchased. It went all the way to Benton. It was only $3.93. The other cool part is that it does give you tracking. It does tell you when it was delivered, and you can always go back in. This is a tracking number. You can always go back in and do another label to the same person, with just changing the dates. Is it gonna let me print the label again so I can show you? Open label in new tab. And you guys, you don't need any special paper. For this, you don't need any special paper. You can literally just print this off, and you can print this off and you can tape it right onto your package. I got special label paper, and I did put it on label paper, but you don't have to do that. You can seriously just print it on regular paper and tape it on if you've got packing tape. I am going to unmute Eleanor for a second here. Eleanor, are you here?
While the floors are on hold.
Do you have any questions? Was that simple enough?
Yeah, that was fine. I understood it all.
Okay. Does it seem like something that would be easy enough for you to do?
Yes.
Perfect. Let me take my screen off there. All right, now that you've decided you've got pirate ship and you love it, because everybody does, there are some other options. You could always check out stamps.com. You could always check out USPS. You can click right from the post office website. There are other options. Check them all out. If you want to go with something different, you can. Now the next part of this whole situation, right, is the video chat itself. How do you handle the video chat? How do you do the virtual facial? My suggestion and what I've done is to actually go through it with them. I have actually washed my face on camera. I have microdermed my face on camera. I went through the whole Hydra session right on camera. I sat here with my bowl and my washcloth and I did it. What else can you do? You could call them and talk to them just like you would a regular party. Like you're sitting in the room, toe to toe, knee to knee at the table, and you can actually just run through it with, demonstrating with them. That's pretty much all I wanted to go over tonight was the pirate ship piece and all the pieces that lead up to the pirate ship piece. The other thing that we need to do, the only other thing you need to make sure to do is keep track of what you've mailed them. Make a list or take a picture. Take a picture of the package next to the name of who it's going to so that you remember what you sent them. I'm not so sure it's the best plan, but I did little note cards. And in my note cards, I put exactly what was on there and exactly what I sent. So this one, for example, says Shelly, and it says sample for her and her child. So that was the two that I posted on Facebook. And it's simple for her and her child. We did a charcoal mask, a miracle set, and I did satin lips. I sent them satin lips as well. And on the back, I put her address. That way I could have it right at my fingertips when I got ready to do the labels. On the rest of them, I put, like this one, for example, she had an allergy. So I put her allergy on here just in case I needed it for later. But you know what? If these are customers that you've never facialed before, you can fill out a customer profile card. And then you can literally just put in, I sent out 17 of them, so I didn't do profile cards. But you could fill out profile cards and then just take a note card of what you sent or take a picture of the package. It is important to remember, so it makes you look more professional, to remember whether you sent them foil packets or the homemade sample packets or whatever you're going to do. Make sure that you remember what you put in the package so that you know best how to instruct them. I also do recommend that you have the products in front of you in actual full size, so that when you're face to face, you can be like, yours is a little envelope, but the real one looks like this. And you can hold it up and show them what the full size product looks like. Let's see. Do you have any questions so far? Was there anything you think I missed?
No, I think that it's good. Liz and I need to sit down and get our samples together.
Okay, I'm gonna unmute Liz too. I do recommend you guys figure out who it is that you want to book. Figure out, because your samples, I don't know if you've had any trouble with it, but if your samples sit in those little cups too long, they do get stale. So figure out who you want to book, get them booked, decide what they need, and then just make up the sample as you get the order ready to send.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, we do have a bunch of people that we posted that, I don't know, sample page thing out that we told them that we would send samples to.
Awesome.
So my thought now is, as I send the samples out to them, I'll let them know that they're coming and offer to do a face-to-face.
That's exactly what I
event.
did with mine. Yep. And some of them are going to say yes, some of them are going to say no, and it's okay. What you can do is let them. I took a picture of mine with her address on it, and I said, "Hey, it's on its way." And then inside, I hand wrote a note. If you want to take the time to do that, I hand wrote a note. And I said, please let me know once your package has safely arrived. And I really hope this package brings a smile to your face. And so as the messages were coming in and they were saying, I got mine, I said, oh my goodness, are you ready tonight? I'm free tonight. Can we get your face ready for bed together? I would love to video chat with you. Some of them said yes, some of them said no, and some of them didn't respond when they got the package. So I had to do a whole bunch of follow-up the next few days, catch the ones who just hadn't opened it and realized I wanted to hear from them when they got it. So I pirateship, you can check to see if it was delivered, and then you can say, oh my goodness, I see that you got your package. I am so excited. I'm free tonight at 8 o'clock. Is that a good time for us to video chat so I can walk you through your things? Makes sense?
Sounds good.
Some of them, like I said, some of them are going to say yes, some are going to say no, and that's okay. And you know what? Once you get through these first few, get through, do 2 or 3. And after that, maybe try to get a couple together and see if you can get them together to do like we're doing here with Zoom. Maybe you can do more than one face at a time.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, this was good.
Yeah. What was that?
I said, I think this was good. Let me turn off the recording because I think we're done. Stop.